Well, folks, it's that time again when we check in with our old pal, Willie Lee, down on Willie's worm farm. Willie, are you there? Willie? Come on, Willie. I need you on the radio.
I don't think you'll get him.
Hansel, thank God you were there. Where is Willie? Have you tried calling the asylum?
Yeah, that's just it. Willie is all over the news right now. He's even been covered on the local Waldo podcast.
Local podcast? What are you even talking about?
Look, it's just easier for me to play it for you than sit here and explain it.
Okay, then. For our listeners at home, here is the local podcast from Waldo, Florida.
All right, everyone, buckle up, because today we are diving headfirst into a story that's equal parts strange and, well, surprisingly compelling. We're talking about the one and only Willie Lee.
Willie Lee, huh?
Yeah, the worm farmer.
Okay, right. Worm farmer. Rings bell.
Turned inventor.
Inventor. Okay, now you've got my attention. Worm farmer turned inventor. That's an interesting combo.
And that's not even the half of it.
Yeah.
He also, and this is where it gets really wild, he escaped from an asylum.
An asylum? Wow. Okay, so we're talking full-blown eccentric genius territory then.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh.
This is a deep dive, and we're going all in, trying to piece together how Willie Lee went from worm farms to, well, whatever comes next. So to start, I mean, everyone knows him for the worm-based hot dogs, right?
Oh, yeah, the worm hot dogs. I remember that making the rounds. Pretty sure I saw those on the news, like, you won't believe this new food craze.
Yeah, see, you can't make this stuff up.
But, I've always thought it's easy to laugh, right? But you think about it, this is a guy probably in rural America, maybe resources are a little tight, and he sees a way to make like a protein-rich food source out of something totally abundant.
Right, like he's working with what he's got.
Exactly. It speaks to a mind that sees opportunity where the rest of us just see, well, worms.
But yeah, the hot dogs, that was just the tip of the iceberg with this guy. Our sources got stories about Lee taking, get this, a Ford Pinto.
A Pinto, like the car.
Yep, a Ford Pinto.
Yeah.
And transforming it, wait for it, into both a rocket ship and a submarine.
He was a busy guy. A rocket ship, A&D, a submarine, out of a Pinto. I mean, come on. The sheer improbability of it, you got to admire the ingenuity, even if it's a little, shall we say, misguided.
Yeah, I mean, were those creations ever actually going to, achieve liftoff or underwater travel?
Probably not, let's be real. But think about it, the resourcefulness, the audacity to even try, you gotta hand it to him. This is a guy who clearly thinks outside the box. Way outside.
Okay, so we've got Willie Lee, the eccentric inventor, making headlines, right? Then enter Hansel Thunberg. Brought in to help Lee market these, let's call them unique inventions, but then, plot twist, he becomes Lee's rival.
Oh yeah, Thunberg. Classic rivalry story. And the prize they were fighting over, control of the worm farms, of course.
Naturally. What else? And it all went down, this epic showdown, in get this, a highly publicized boxing match.
A boxing match. Now that's what I call settling a business dispute.
Right. Although, from what we've gathered from our sources, the boxing match, well, it ended with both Lee and Thunberg getting knocked out by this mysterious woman known only as Aunt Mama Lou.
Aunt Mama Lou. I've been dying to know who that is. Seriously, what really went down there?
We're trying to find that out. The details are murky, to say the least. But the story goes that this whole thing, this unexpected TKO, it sent Lee into a tailspin, right? Like a full breakdown. And eventually, he ends up in a county asylum.
Wow. I mean, you got to think, the guy's living his life in the public eye, building rocket cars and, worm hot dogs. Then suddenly, bam, he loses everything. It's got to do something to you.
Yeah, the pressure, the scrutiny, it all kind of seems to have come crashing down.
So what happened after the asylum?
That brings us to today, to the mystery of Willie Lee's escape.
Escape. Hold on. He escaped.
He escaped. Nobody seems to know how he did it, which, honestly, knowing Lee might be the least surprising part of this whole story. Authorities, they're baffled, but from what we've heard, they don't think he's dangerous.
Just unstable.
Well, potentially unstable. So it really makes you wonder, what's next for Willie Lee? Will he try to resurface, reclaim his worm empire?
Or could this be the start of something even crazier?
Right. Maybe he's out there right now cooking up some new, totally bonkers invention.
Honestly, with Willie Lee, I've learned to never say never. I mean, who knows? Maybe this whole escape, this is just another one of his grand inventions.
The grand escape plan. That's a good point.
Think about it. We may never know the full story, and that's what makes Willie Lee so fascinating. You can never be quite sure where the line blurs between what's real and what's one of his inventions. He keeps you guessing, and Honestly, I kind of love it.
It's true. He's unpredictable, undeniably brilliant in his own way, and hey, maybe we haven't seen the last of Willie Lee just yet.
Wow, so Willie has escaped the nut house and is now on the loose somewhere. I guess we'll just get back to covering the news then. This is from Jim Hoft of the Gateway Pundit. Kamala Harris seen wearing same blue. What is it, Hansel? Can't you see I'm trying to get back to reading the news?
There is an update on Willie. Let me patch in the TV audio.
Update, escaped worm farmer Willie Lee takes to the skies in rubber duck balloon pursuing flat earth theory, Waldo, Florida. Just days after escaping the county insane asylum, notorious worm farmer and eccentric inventor Willie Lee has been spotted in an audacious new adventure. According to eyewitnesses, Lee has stolen a hot air balloon shaped like a giant yellow rubber duck and is currently attempting to cross what he calls the Great Ice Wall in a bizarre bid to prove the Earth is flat. Authorities are baffled by the latest development. Lee, who has a history of outlandish and inventive escapades, ranging from converting a Ford Pinto into a rocket ship to journeying to the center of the Earth, was believed to be mentally unstable following his recent incarceration. However, it seems he has once again seized an opportunity to embark on an extraordinary mission. The stolen hot air balloon, a whimsical creation shaped like a massive rubber duck, was last seen drifting northward. Local law enforcement, along with air traffic control, have been alerted, but Lee's exact trajectory is unclear. Experts speculate he may be attempting to reach the Arctic or Antarctic regions where conspiracy theorists believe a giant ice wall marks the edge of the Earth. "We are actively searching for Willie Lee," Sheriff Jim Landers said in a statement. Yeah, his actions, while highly unusual, could be dangerous. Given the extremities of the environment he's heading towards, we urge anyone who sees a giant rubber duck floating through the sky to report it immediately. Lee's belief in the flat Earth theory appears to have intensified during his time in the asylum. Sources close to the investigation suggest that he sees this daring expedition as his chance to validate his claims and silence his critics once and for all. The eccentric inventor is no stranger to unconventional thinking, but this latest escapade has left many both concerned and intrigued. As the community watches with bated breath, one thing is certain: Willie Lee's wild journey is far from over. Authorities continue to monitor his whereabouts as the man who once farmed worms now seeks to challenge the very shape of the world itself. Stay tuned for further updates as the situation unfolds.
So Willie has stolen a hot air balloon shaped like a giant duck, no less, and is headed towards the Great Ice Wall. Great. What else can go wrong with tonight's show?
Hey,
Willie, is that you?
Hey, put me on the radio.
Willie, you are on the radio right now. You are live on the air.
Hey, is Yotivation Nation there? I loves me some Yotivation Nation.
Willie, now's not the time to be flirting with Yotivation. Look, we are hearing reports you escaped the loony bin and have stolen a hot air balloon.
Yeah, well, I did escape the mental institution. I had to get out of there. Those people were crazy.
Yeah, well, Willie, it is the loony bin after all. What did you expect?
Hey, is Bullhorn Barry around? I got a couple of questions for him.
Willie, I'm not going to let you sidetrack the show. Look, we are running out of time.
Hey, here's something else you probably don't know.
What?
I stole a hot air balloon shaped like a giant rubber duck.
Yes, we know that already. Why did you steal that balloon?
I am on my way to the ice wall. When I get past it, I will prove the Earth is flat like a flapjack. We're talking flat Earth.
So you think you can get over the ice wall in that balloon? Willie, you need to go back to the nut house. Turn that thing around and get back here.
No, I'm beyond the point of no return. I'm coming in too low. I need to jettison some weight if I'm going to clear that ice wall. Don't need that case of chum to wear. There goes all my copies of Willie Lee and Friends. Available on Amazon.
Willie, I told you not to try and sell things on the radio show.
I'm not going to make it. We are too low. Hey, man.
Willie, are you there? Come in, Willie. Willie? Well, folks, I don't know what to do. Yo, Barry, can one of you take over for me? I'm going to need a moment.